you see this video, this is your sign to get your schedule together. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hey, hello. If you're new here, my name is Angela. I am a lawyer who makes videos about law school, lawyer life, and all things in between. Today's video, we're going to be talking about final exams because it is mid-October and my law students are in full-on pre-final exam prep mode, okay? So we got about less than 2 weeks until it's time for you guys to start hunkering down and preparing for final exam season. As you guys know, I have a whole final exam playlist. Go check it out if you haven't. If you have, check it out again. You guys, it is packed with good information. Great information, you guys, for those of you who are looking to ace your final exams, okay? Go look at that playlist. I cannot stress that enough. But since we are so close to final exam preparation season, I thought it would be a good idea to do just a quick little refresher video on top mistakes to avoid when preparing for final exams, okay? You guys who have done my one-on-one consultations with me, you guys who followed me for a while, you know I echo these things all of the time. We have a lot of new people here, and some of those videos are from 3 or 4 years ago, and so I thought I would bring this to the top of your minds for my law students, especially for my 1Ls who are gunning to ace their first round of final exams. So let's get into the video. The first top mistake that students make when it comes to final exam preparation season. So again, I'm talking about from November 1 if you're in the fall semester or April 1 if you're in the spring semester. Not the first day of class, not the 5th week of class. I'm talking about final exam preparation season, okay? I have to add that caveat because I don't want anybody thinking that I mean you're supposed to be doing this in the beginning of the year before you even had anything to study, okay? So the first mistake that people make is prioritizing reading over studying, okay? As we know, throughout the semester, reading takes a lot of your time. However, once you make it to the end of the semester where you are now preparing for final exams, reading, in my humble opinion, reading should not be a priority over studying. Now, I understand that for those first 2 weeks or so, you are still in class and you still have obligations and assignments from your professors. Understood. However, in my opinion, reading does not take the priority over studying because guess what? You can read all day. If you read, but you don't study and you don't do well on your exams, you're still not going to get that good grade. You can read for every class, have a whole case brief for every class. You still will not succeed in that class if you don't do well on the final exam. How do you do well on the final exam? By studying. The other mistake people make is not having their outlines substantially complete by the time it's time for you to start studying. Again, I understand you still have a few lectures once you get into that final exam prep season. However, your classes are substantially complete, which means your outline should be substantially complete. In no way should you still be trying to get outlines from people or still struggling to prepare your outlines once final exam preparation begins. That is a sure way to not be organized and put yourself at a disadvantage. The next mistake people make is not having a clear, defined study schedule. One of the best things you can do for yourself when preparing for final exams is having a study schedule so you know what days you are studying for contracts, torts, crim law, and so on and so forth. Don't just pick up crim law one day and the next day switch to contracts and then go. No. We don't want to do that. We want to have a set out, well thought out study schedule that is based upon a couple of things. Your order of classes, how confident you feel in the material, those types of things. I have a whole video on my A+ study routine. Also, I do offer consultations about a final exam strategy. However, most of those have booked up. If you were not able to book a one-on-one with me to talk about strategy, do not fret. I have a whole video on this in my law school final exams folder. Playlist folder. So check that out. To piggyback on that mistake, the next mistake people have is not having enough time to study. And typically, one of the main reasons why they don't have enough time is because they didn't have a study schedule. So they don't even know when and what they're studying. And secondly is they start studying too late. In no way, fashion, or form should you be studying only 2 weeks out from your first exam. This is not undergrad, you guys. For those of you who have never took a law school exam before, this is a different ball game than what you did in undergraduate school, okay? You need a lot of time. You need at least a week of time per class. So if you have 4 classes, you need 4 weeks, okay? So give yourself enough time. This is why I'm making this video and putting it out now before final exam preparation season starts, but also close enough to where you guys are thinking about finals. Because if I put this out back in September, you guys are still trying to figure out how to read a case, okay? So this is the perfect time. If you see this video, this is your sign to get your schedule together, to make sure your outlines are in tip-top shape, and to get a plan and make sure you give yourself ample time to study. That is key. The next mistake you want to avoid is not doing practice exams, okay? You should be doing practice essays and you should be doing practice multiple choice if multiple choice is on your exams. This is super important and it's a game changer. It is one of the most annoying things, okay? After you've done all this studying, the last thing you want to do is practice, but you need to. And you will thank yourself if you do. Trust me, in my one-on-ones, I talk to you guys about this all the time. Practice is so important. Do it. You won't regret it. So the next and final mistake I'm going to discuss in this video is memorizing without understanding the underlying information. Many people have different opinions on memorization. I personally am a fan of memorization, and I definitely memorized the black letter law in preparation for my essay exams in law school. I definitely did that. However, you can memorize all day, every day. If you don't actually understand the underlying principles and concepts of the material, memorizing will get you nowhere, or it won't get you an A, and maybe not even a B+. It might get you a C, okay? But it's not gonna get you to where you are really succeeding on that exam, because you can memorize all you want. But on an essay, you guys, there's no answer bank. You actually have to be able to spot the issues. And so the only way you can spot the issue is if you know the material. In my one-on-ones, I talk about this all the time, and we go in depth about our strategy, and we don't have time to do that in this video. But what I hope this does is turn that light on for you to understand how to attack law school exams. So that is key. All right, you guys, this was a quick and fast one because you guys need to be getting ready to study, okay? I really hope that you guys take these tips, look at that playlist, and really get prepared for final exam season. I'm gonna tell you guys what I tell everybody in my one-on-one sessions. Preparing for law school exams is a very exhausting experience, okay? It's very exhausting. You are going to be tired. There are days where you're going to want to give up. There are days where you're just going to need to take a break and step away from it. However, in the larger picture of things, it's actually a very short time. So do your best to stay motivated, put the work in so you can get the results that you are looking for. At the end of the day, the better you do on those exams, the more opportunities that will open up for you. This is not to say that you won't have opportunities if you don't ace your exams. All I'm saying is you're going to have an abundance of those opportunities and options. And who doesn't want that? So with that, you guys, I'm rooting for you. I know you can do this. If I can do it, you can do it, okay? So with that, I'm gonna let you guys get back to tying up those outlines, getting that study schedule together so you can prepare to ace this upcoming final exam season. If you haven't already, make sure you join the Aspiring Lawyers Facebook group. I'll leave a link in the description box below. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, where I post weekly content on there, _theaspiringboss. If you are looking to book a one-on-one consultation with me, I have just a few spots left, but I am pretty booked up. So if you're not able to book with me this semester, watch those playlists, okay? They are helpful and they are packed with good information. Lastly, I want to give a shout out to my sister who made me this cool sweater. I'll leave a link to her Instagram below. She custom makes anything and everything. Actually, I'm thinking about getting her to make me some merch. So we'll see. But anyways, I'll see you guys next week. Peace.